Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is a special edition of Wild Card Weekend on EA Sports. On tap, we've got what should be a fairly intriguing matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Pittsburgh Steelers. So with that, let's get you up to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. Standing by for the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
It's time for the NFL playoffs on EA Sports, and we are in a city that sure had its share of memorable playoff games in the past, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. Today we continue on in Wild Card Weekend with a great AFC matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. The intensity level will be off the charts.
The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
So pinpoint, so accurate. Sometimes we forget just how good he is. We start to take him for granted because he always places the ball exactly where it needs to be for his receivers.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here.
Rodgers now on first down. Wesco, the tight end, making the catch. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. To throw, it's Rodgers. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. Strong start by this defense. Third and short, they go with a run. Stonewalled for no gain.
I played for a guy who always talked about setting tones and meeting force with force. That felt like it on that play, didn't it? And they met it in a big way and won. What a great job by the defense.
And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Here's Quadri Olison, played his college ball on this field for Pitt. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a third and about 5.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Throwing now is Wentz. This is caught by Jackson. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. Here's Olsen. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now Olsen. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pickup there at 22.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game, and he can break big plays like that. We've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
Yeah, I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders, and Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner in that one. I still remember seeing the looks of disbelief on the Giants sideline.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
They have a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Not a touchdown, obviously, but playoffs, you're on the road. At least you put something on the board.
I would agree with that totally. You're not exactly sending a message to the opposition, but you are letting them know that you came to play.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. I guess you could say they're kind of fortunate to be in the position that they're in, able to host as a division champ, because it's really one of the weakest divisions in the NFL.
And there's often the discussion every time, right, that 4th seed, should they actually be hosting? Because sometimes it turns out that division winner has a lesser record than wild card teams that get in, and some people think that'd be a more fair way of doing things. But I got to tell you, I personally like it. The winning a division title, I don't care what the division, how it's ranked, it still means something to me, and I like the fact that they get to host.
I think that that's the reason you have the divisions. If you didn't just stack them all up and take the best 6 records, but there's a division for a reason, and the champion hosts the first round.
And the first rule of thumb in building a team, build a team to win your division. Beat those teams first, then you go from there.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. On first down, Ingram. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On 2nd down, Ingram. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. It's a give to the right, Ingram. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. On the counter, Ingram. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. Khalil Mack. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. They'll run here with Ingram. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
2nd down and goal. Rodgers. And it's caught. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They'll look to run with Ingram. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Mark Ingram taking it in. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Able to punch it in on third down. Makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Steelers defense getting ready here. And we're going to get a peek at some of the hits that have helped them get this first half lead.
And you know how the best hits happen?
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Hassan Reddick. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. After the sack on first down, Wentz, that's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
when we talk about Aqib Talib, technique is not the word that comes to mind, but don't worry about that. This guy anticipates as well as anyone in the league, and he did just that, picking off another pass.
Rodgers now to throw. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10. To throw again. Rodgers. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football.
We play to win. Let's go.
Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
After the penalty, it's Ingram. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Rodgers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Robert Woods, the intended receiver that time. But now it'll be 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. To throw is Rodgers. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers, and the catch made by Hopkins. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's the first of 2 games.
Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
Carson Wentz, along with his offense, heading back out there for their next possession. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. They'll go back to Henderson on first down. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
On first down, Procise. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll go down at the 28. 7 yards there and a first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On the carry, it's Olsen. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Well, he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll try to get the ground game going with Ingram. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On play action, it's Rodgers. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
You better be ready next time.
These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
To try again after the sack. Rodgers, that's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it. From this vantage point, they've got the lead here, so for me, that'd be enough to go ahead and punt the football and let my defense defend the long field.
If you go for it, you don't get it, then you really put your defense in a tight spot.
Yeah, but we never know what people ultimately will decide to do here on 4th and inches.
Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. John Simon. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
He hits his running back, Procise. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. Here's Jamie Gillen as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. And here now the offense heading back out there. And right now they're just looking for a little more cushion, trying to make this a 2-score game. Points here would go a long way, obviously, to propelling them into the next round.
And this is where the head coach, offensive coordinator, they've had to set a tone all year long about what they do on offense. So most teams want to stay in attack mode, but you have to do it with some bit of caution, don't you? Because you can't come away with no points. You need these points here in order to feel a lot better about where they are in this game.
But this time of the year, playoffs, game of this magnitude, this is what we hope for.
Yeah, it's exactly what we hope for. You want to run your offense cautiously, but not so cautiously that you just give it up.
A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell them to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Rodgers now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. They'll try to run some clock with Ingram. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And his throw is incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Now Ingram, he's been busy today. And he is close to a first down as he's tackled at the Jaguars' 25.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing, often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Again, they'll run with Ingram. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. It's a first down following a gain of 3. On first down, Rodgers. It's caught. It's Miller. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Now Rodgers throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Looking for Woods that time, but now it's third down. The Steelers on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Rodgers. They got him in. It's Woods. The ball comes out, and the Jags grab it. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line.
I know you're looking at the scoreboard clock. We're getting near the end of this game. But they were in what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover. Henderson now on 1st and 10. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Wentz now to throw. Got him in. It's Brashad Perriman. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
To throw is Wentz. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one of my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
You
The tuck roll,
didn't you?
Yeah.
I think that's one people remember. I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game in New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82, and the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. To throw, it's Wentz. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They went backwards 5 yards there on third down to bring up fourth.
Oh, I know it goes against the grain here. It totally goes against it, but you've got to drop the ball in that situation. He makes a catch, but he loses yards and doesn't get out of bounds.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for the lead in the final stages. And now they're not going to get the kick off in time. And that will make this a more difficult prospect. So that'll back him up 5. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for the lead in the final stages. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
This is taken at his 4. He'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So Aaron Rodgers and his offense down 9-7, a minute 8 to go. They've got the crowd behind them, and they need only a field goal to survive and advance to these playoffs. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
It's complete to Hopkins. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow.
Early on, you hit on it, needing to avoid the big play. Easier said than done, though. There's a big touchdown.
Yeah, the big thing is when he does get his catches, you've got to tackle him and get him on the ground. Obviously, weren't able to do it on that one.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 5. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
So now all eyes shift to the Jags. Trailing by 5. 53 ticks to go. It's got to be a touchdown here, and that won't be easy. On the road, in the playoffs, as they've got him with a first. They've got his man complete. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. Wentz now, pretty amazing. 14 of 16 throwing the ball. It's 1st and 10. Wentz to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here? Or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He was looking for Brashad Perriman, and it's 3rd down. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Back to throw. Wentz rolling to his right. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Looking for the end zone. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up third down. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost him.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. If he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves him out there with another chance.
The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on fourth down. Wentz going to go on fourth down. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, their playoff run may end right here. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes.
It will also be yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 14-yard line.
The Charles on the losing side of things. You know, they didn't come in here as the favorite to these playoffs, but they came in with a lot of hope and anticipation. Tough to have that all snuffed out so quickly.
It really is. You're one of 12 teams when the playoffs begin that still has a chance to win the Super Bowl. So that's pretty darn good. And as you often talk about, a lot of hope when the playoffs start. Well, that ended for them. But when they look back, they'll have a lot to be proud of and see if they turn the page towards the next season.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here